Welcome to Covering the Bases with the Mets. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It is our pleasure, our honor to host this event every third Monday of the month. We do it right here at the SLC TV studios. It's at noon. We offer lunch courtesy of Jimmy John's, and we'd love to have you come on down. It's free. It's open to the public, and like I said, we offer lunch. I'm here, as I always am, with my co-host. He is the Executive Director of Minor League Facilities for the entire Mets organization. Please welcome Mr. Paul Taglieri.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Always. We get to see each other a couple times.
Yeah.
This time of year, we see each other a little bit more, but you're still busy flying around the world.
Flying around the world.
Yeah. I mean, Dominican, out in Binghamton, Syracuse.
Not Binghamton.
It's not Binghamton?
Oh, you're stuck on that rumble pony, so we always go there.
It's my favorite place on earth. I
Syracuse,
have been there.
Kingsport, Tennessee,
Yep.
Dominican, and Brooklyn.
Okay, very good. Brooklyn, your own stopping grounds, right?
That's it, yeah.
You grew up in Hoboken, right?
Hoboken, yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice. But
I
no
used to have
accent.
hair, yeah.
You and I met somebody the other night, accent Joey from Tutti Fresco.
It's a different language.
I feel.
Am I on tape
Yeah,
here? Or, yeah,
we
we're
might
gonna have
be
to.
filming.
We're gonna have
But
to.
interesting because you're from the same general area. He's not from Hoboken. I could understand
We try to have him
about.
on the show.
I think we should have a game that's called "Try to Tell Me What Joey's Saying." I literally got like
Forget
every
about it.
10th word. I'm not sure it was English, but it was interesting because I thought, Paul, what is he saying? And you're like, I don't know. And I'm like, but you're from there. You're speaking his language.
We all know if Teresa's not on the show next month, why.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we did invite him on. Hopefully he will come on sometime because what a character, that guy.
Great.
All right. We have a full show today. We're going to play a game again, as always. Since it is July, we're going to play something obviously related to our independence.
And who worked on that game for us today? Lauren, Catherine?
Catherine did.
Okay.
Lauren's got one lined up for us for next month, I think. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then we have a brand new guest. We have never seen this guest before on this show, but Place of Hope will be with us today.
Good.
And of course, we want to talk about the Mets a little bit. We have some free tickets to the Mets, so we're going to do the whole Oprah thing. You get
Give them away?
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody here is going to get one ticket. Now, if you want to take a friend with you, you're going to have to earn that one. So
Okay.
one per
Nice.
person.
I like it.
But if you want to take a friend, you're going to have to earn it. We'll do a little bit of trivia for the audience as well. And then we have a whole host of announcements that we have to do. But what's going on with the Mets in July? Of
Fireworks.
course, fireworks. July 4th. Yeah.
Did a little research before today's show. But
Yes.
Yeah, July 4th is our big show.
Yep.
And I think July 7th is another fireworks show.
Yeah, because
So
it's a
busy
Friday.
week, yeah. So July will be a really good month for the St. Lucie Mets.
Very good. And kids get in free on Monday games.
Yes.
And they're going to get a free book courtesy of our friend Sean Boyle from the Children's Services Council. So we're happy about that. And we've had plenty of rain or enough rain, or are we going to see fire trucks out at the stadium?
We'll have the fire trucks there, but I
Okay.
think we're good.
You think
yeah,
you're
we've
good?
been getting
You
enough
feeling good
rain.
about it?
We're out of the drought condition right now,
Okay.
so we'll be good.
Because we got a ton of rain last month, and then all of a sudden it just dried right
A
up.
little dried up, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's going on. We're going to be out there August 3rd for our annual event with Representative Larry Lee. It's our back-to-school
Back
event.
to school event, yeah.
Where we invite all St. Lucie County public school employees. Doesn't matter what you do, maintenance, lunch.
We had a good night last year.
Yeah, we
Really
had a
night,
good
so.
crowd. We're going to extend it, I think, into the parking lot because we couldn't get people in. They just wanted to hang out with everybody out front. So I think we'll extend the vendors out front and then bring them on in.
Nice.
Yeah, we're excited about that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about the auction site for the Chamber of Commerce. It's our fundraiser for over the summer. We are working on trying to avoid yet another event because we do so many. We do, I think, 13 annual events, if you can believe it. So we're trying to get out of one by having an online auction in today's day and age of technology, but we can't get anybody to go there and actually bid on the items. So I'm begging, I'm pleading. Please go to stluciechamber.org, stluciechamber.org, click on the auction items. I mean, we have a ton of great stuff on there. We have Southern Salt Therapy, it's right across from the stadium. We have 5 passes for an airboat tour. We have some great stuff on there. A vacation rum set with glasses and Jamaican rum. I mean, it's just a ton of great items. You get them for great prices, and it goes for a good cause. And that cause might be that I don't have to do another event this summer. It's cause
A little free
enough
time
for
for
me.
Teresa.
Oh, what I wouldn't give.
Figure out how to use technology.
Yeah, I know it, but please, I need everybody to go on there and start bidding on those items, because so far I think I won one and somebody else in the office won one. That's how we're paying for it now. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back with today's guest. And of course, I told you it is from Place of Hope. As always, we feature one of our nonprofit resources in the community, and that's who's on today. So
Awesome.
Stay with us. Welcome back to Covering the Bases. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. I'm here with none other than my co-host, the one, the only Mr. Paul Taglieri from the Mets organization, in charge of minor league facilities, and there's a whole bunch of them.
Not Binghamton.
Not Binghamton. There's a lot, except
list
for
them,
Binghamton. Okay. Syracuse.
Right.
North Carolina.
Oh my gosh. Syracuse.
Yeah.
Kingsport.
Kingsport.
Brooklyn.
Okay, but where's
Dominican.
Kingsport?
North Carolina's close to
See?
the Dominican.
Okay, in Dominican Republic. Okay, very good. I was in the general area. I had the state right.
Well, let's get John on here.
All right. Before Paul yells at me for lack of info, I want to welcome our guests. We always do a resource, a local resource, something that we think that the public should learn about, know about, and be able to use in their arsenal. And so today we have a brand new guest. We've not talked with them before, but please welcome Josh Kokana from Place of Hope.
It's good to be here.
Nice to have you. Nice to meet you. We just met today. I want to talk a little bit, what is Place of Hope?
Sure. So Place of Hope, we are a faith-based child welfare organization. We've been around about 17 years. We started down in Palm Beach Gardens in Palm Beach County, and our big mission was, how do we mobilize the faith community, and how do we mobilize those around the community that maybe don't know much about child welfare? How do we get them involved and get them ready to care for the needs of child welfare?
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know the number of kids that affects. So they think this is something that people get removed from their homes because of abuse in big cities, in New York and Miami, but it doesn't happen here. But what we have learned, unfortunately, but there's a reason that we can get involved and help, is that right here across the Treasure Coast, there's about 1,000 kids at any given time that DCF is involved, the Department of Children and Families is involved. And so when they come in and have to be involved with a family because of abuse, neglect, or abandonment, they start the process, but they actually don't place them. The kids then have to go somewhere.
Right.
So we help make sure that they have safe places to go.
And I mean, if there's anything we've learned from doing the show for the past year and a half, is that, yeah, there is certainly an issue here, right here at home with all of this. So you help place the children then that are removed by DCF or organizations. And do you have a house that you kind of transition them from, or can you house them for short periods of time?
So we have a number of different programs that serve different needs in the community. So a child from birth all the way up to just until their 18th birthday is considered obviously a minor, and so the Department of Children and Families would get involved if they're the subject of any of these things. The local agency for the Treasure Coast, and specifically for St. Lucie County, is Communities Connected for Kids. So anything that falls under that umbrella here locally would be serviced through them. And so about half the kids across the Treasure Coast, this is in St. Lucie County.
Right.
It makes up about half of that population.
That's formerly Devereaux?
Formerly Devereaux.
Okay,
Yeah,
very
correct.
good.
So Place of Hope is one of the subcontracted agencies that we go out and we recruit families. Like if we recruited your family to become licensed foster parents, we recruit you and train you and support you so that you can take those kids into your home. But we also have campuses. So we have residential campuses that offer family-style cottages and support services. So maybe if there's a large sibling group, or if there are teenagers that are a little bit more difficult to place into a traditional family, we can still give them the opportunity to heal and grow and have a safe place until either they go back to mom and dad, or some of them end up to the place where they need to be adopted.
And how did you guys get started? You said you started in Palm Beach Gardens.
Correct. So we started down there, and this was back in the late 90s and into 2000s. Christ Fellowship Church was our founding church. And so Miss Donna and Pastor Tom from Christ Fellowship Church had just returned from a mission trip to Romania. And so they had worked with a couple of different organizations there, working with children that are orphans in foster care and what would be the equivalent there. And the substandard care just really struck them. And so having come back, they figured, well, we got to find out if this is going on here locally. And so a little bit of investigation, they realized that this is actually a big problem locally. And they said, we've got to do something about it. So that they launched us. We're a completely separate 501c3, but they're still very, very good to us and help support us in what we do. And we've just continued to grow as the opportunity has been there and as the community rallies around us. But it's something that we know needs to be done, and it's something that we always need more foster homes.
Yeah, always. There's definitely a need. Yeah. Now, I know Pastor Travis was involved in Place of Hope from Christ Fellowship out in Tradition. Yep. And he told his story and how he got involved. How about you? How did you get involved?
Well, in a lot of similar ways, I guess. My wife and I got married in 2003. And through just a series of events, when we thought we were ready to have a family, we learned that sometimes it doesn't happen just as quickly as you think it would. And went through some infertility things and just kind of decided to stop pushing so hard on all the doctors and everything and just back off. And it was right around that time that we got a phone call from a young lady that we had mentored years earlier when she was in middle school, and she was a young adult now. And she let us know that her half-sister's little boy, he's about 3 years old at the time, needed a place to go. So we said, oh, sure, we've got room. You can come stay with us. So he came to stay with us at 3 years old, and he'll be 16 this summer. So he never left. So we were kind of thrust into the world of caring for other people's kids and didn't really know that this was even a thing. It wasn't even an issue until it fell into our lap. And so since then, we had the opportunity to take in another young lady who's 13 now. And it really just burdened our heart to learn about the community where we live, not somewhere else, not overseas, but right here, that there's a need, and we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to meet that need.
I love those stories.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it seems everybody that's involved in Place of Hope and even the foster care system has a story to tell that maybe somebody can relate to, that I think is very overwhelming to hear sometimes, but it's so nice. But good. Yeah. I'm glad. And so you've got 2 of them at home, and
then we have since had 2 biological children. So that just kind of all happened at once, and we're done. So no, we're very, very blessed. So we didn't know at the time, but it really was the catalyst to get more involved on a professional level. And so we have, as of the end of May, we have served over 1,000 kids, specifically in our traditional foster homes around the community. So we want to continue to grow that number and just give more chances to more kids for them to heal.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, you have some new programs in St. Lucie County. I think Jamie was saying, don't forget about St. Lucie County.
Yes. So as we've expanded across the Treasure Coast, we really are trying to focus on the individual needs of each county. So in St. Lucie County, we are continuing to recruit homes. That really is the biggest need, is to get foster families involved. And so even if you don't think of yourself as the foster family type, we offer orientations once a month. You can get on placeofhope.com and learn about when the next orientation is, and just come out and listen to us for an hour and see if that's something that you might be interested in doing. And then so that those people don't feel like they're doing this all by themselves, we have a group called the Angel Moms that wrap around, and they might say, I can't be a foster family, but I can help support someone else who is. So that group of primarily women come around, they make meals, they donate clothing, they provide maybe childcare every now and then, whatever they can do to make it so that another family can take one more kid into their home. We also have an event coming up in October that gets people involved in different ways that we fundraise to do what we do. So all of that information is available on placeofhope.com.
Angel Moms is a great idea because some people can't or don't have the capability but do want to hope. And it's placeofhope.com, you said? It's just that easy, placeofhope.com.
You can jump on there and you can actually select the region where you're most interested. So in Treasure Coast or in St. Lucie County, and you can see what events are coming up. You can see how to learn more about becoming a foster parent. And then you can look at some of the stories of the kids that have come in from a really hopeless situation, but now because of the family that has taken them in or because of the organization and what we've been able to do in their life, just really incredible things have turned their path
Those are
around.
great stories, and those
Yeah.
families that take those kids in are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hats off to them,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I think they're doing God's work. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really,
It's incredible. It's neat
yes,
to be a part of.
yes. And the stories always kill me. I'm afraid to read them, though. I feel like I end up with a house full of kids.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So we're really excited to be able to do it and to partner with so many people. So it really is a community effort.
Here in St. Lucie County, I know that the majority of your children in need come from this
Yeah.
area, but we have the lion's share of the population,
Sure.
so that only makes sense. But we also have a very big shortage here in St. Lucie County of foster homes. It's probably the biggest shortage. The gap
Sure.
is largest here. So parents, is there anything you should say to prospectives that might persuade them to make the call, get in the class, and take somebody in?
I would say that the majority of our families didn't plan long ago, I'm going to be a foster parent, and all these things lined up.
Right.
I think the majority of them found themselves available to meet a need. And sometimes you can't line everything up perfectly. You kind of take that first step of faith, and then you have the support. You aren't doing this alone. I mean, our agency, our primary responsibility is to make sure that if you're a foster parent, you have those needs met, that you feel like there's someone you can call 24 hours a day. You don't feel like you're not getting a call back or you're not getting the support you need. We want you to be successful, because if you're successful, the kids will get what they need. And so the big thing is just get to an orientation. Just come
Okay.
hear us out. And even if it's not, you might come to that orientation and say, this isn't for me, but now you're equipped with the information. So maybe a neighbor or a relative or a coworker, you can now share, hey, these are the needs, and this is how you can meet those needs.
And there's no age restriction on being a foster parent, right?
No, we have single people, we have married people, we have people in their early 20s, we have people in their 70s. And so anywhere and everywhere, any life stage, we have people that have a lot of biological or adopted children already, and then they take in foster children, and then we have others that have never parented before. And so they'll come in and say, we want to dive in. So it really is a good mix of people, and they're very much connected. They very much
And you
are.
have a qualification process that,
Absolutely.
that all these people go
So
through.
there is the the paperwork side that we
Yeah,
do a lot of
sure.
checks, obviously,
Sure,
and
sure.
we walk you through the licensing process, and there's training involved. But we want to make it as painless as possible,
Yeah.
while ensuring that it's a safe and viable home for abused children.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's the number one concern.
awesome.
It's got to be safe for those kids.
Yep.
Well, thank you for the work that you
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
and thanks to everybody at Place of Hope. And we've really enjoyed having Jamie around. She's been great to get to know.
Good.
She's a good representative for you
She
here in St.
absolutely
Lucie
is.
County.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so much.
thanks for coming on. And again, the website is placeofhope.com.
That's right.
All the information there. And when's the next orientation that somebody might just, if they hear this, they could clear their calendar?
It would be later this month, and so they happen every month. And so we have them in a couple different locations across the area, so you can find the one that's the best time and the best location for you, and just jump in.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Josh. Thanks for being here with us. And we will be right back, everybody. Welcome back to Covering the Bases with the St. Lucie Mets, and I'm here with the Mets organization's Director of Minor League Facilities. It's the one, the only, Paul Taglieri. We are going to finish our show, as we always do, with a little bit of
Lot
a
of fun.
game, because neither one of us are competitive at
I am
all.
0-2.
You are 0-2, which means I'm 2-0.
2-0.
And we are going to play a little game today. It's July, of course, so we're going to celebrate Independence Day. We're going to do a little bit of fifth grade
Baseball
history.
trivia.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
Right. I'll still take that challenge. You set it up, Lauren. As long as it's not like stats or specifics, I'm good. But we're going to do a little fifth grade history. Eric Gill, the one, the only Eric Gill, is going to be our Alex Trebek. And how are we doing this?
We're
We
like
write
Pat
the answer
Sajak.
on and then we reveal? Okay, no copying.
All right.
No
we'll start-
cheating.
I'll give you an A, B, and C choice.
Oh,
Okay, and you write
I
down
like
that
my
multiple
choice.
chances. They
The
just
first-
got
Pick C.
the,
We just, multiple
Don't pick
choice.
C. Don't you pick C.
C,
Okay.
it's a CCAABB.
Okay. The first
SATs.
question,
Yes.
the Boston Tea Party redefined protest. What year did it happen? A, 1772, B, 1773, or C, 1776? My
Okay.
apologies to Ben Affleck for the
Tea
bad
Party.
Boston accent.
Okay, say it again. I know Boston. I got caught up on Boston.
Boston.
It made me
is
want chowder. Say it again.
When did the Tea Party take place?
Okay, Tea Party.
1772, 1773, or 1776?
I don't think I know.
I don't
We need
know.
to
I take a guess.
You're gonna take a guess?
And I'm going to scribble out my first guess and come up with a new guess.
I mean,
Bum,
how quickly
bum,
did that
bum,
progress
bum,
into a full out?
Bump. A, B, or C?
All right.
What you got, Paul? B. C. The correct answer is B. 1 point for
Aww.
Paul.
I had C. I'm like,
Correct.
Well, I didn't know how
That's why I
quickly
went there. I
it
thought
went into a full. I
1776
know
at
that's what I was
first.
thinking. How quickly did it progress into like a full on?
See, if Jane was here, she could tell us because she was at the
It
party.
took a while for the.
Oh, that's not right. See, the inner
All right.
monologue again.
We'll be sending
Miss
her
Jane,
the
I'll call her
Louis.
and tell her
Okay.
you said that.
All right. Question 2. The Battle of Gettysburg was one of the bloodiest in American history. During which war was it fought? A. The Revolutionary War. B. French and Indian War. Or C. The Civil War. The Battle of Gettysburg was fought during the Revolutionary War, French Indian War, or the Civil War.
I
And
feel
not the
like-
Marvel
I feel
Civil War.
really-
That
I
was a
don't like
different
this game.
To quantify that for the. All right.
I feel like I should
Might have
have
to be a
boned
foster
up
parent
on.
and go back.
Yeah.
Get a 3-year-old this way I could go through this process.
I
again.
feel like I
What you
knew
got?
this stuff once, but it's been pushed out by
The correct
general
answer is
nonsense.
C. The Civil War.
Okay,
Sugar.
we're even.
All right, so
All
1 and
right.
1.
1-1.
1-1.
The Great Depression.
It's making me very. I'm sweating a little. 'cause
Yeah.
I feel like I just. I
Okay, the
know.
Great Depression was a dark time in American history and started when the stock market crashed on October 29th of what year? Was it A, 1927, B, 1929, or C, 1930?
I think I feel like I would have got the October 29th part right,
Yeah.
and then none of the rest of it. But we'll see
The
how
Yours
it
is
goes.
so
Okay,
close.
what you
I
got?
know it.
That's-
It's kind of like.
yeah.
The correct answer is B, 1929.
Oh,
okay,
we both
so
got it right. We
we're
both got it
both-
right.
Still tied. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Who did the United States fight during the War of 1812? Was it A, Britain, B, France, or C, Mexico? The War of 1812. Britain, France, or Mexico?
I don't see anybody
Wait,
else's
repeat the
face lighting
question?
up either.
Could I ask Alexa?
Yeah.
Alexa,
I have a Google Home. Hey, Google. Really?
Who did the United States fight during the War of 1812? Britain, France, or Mexico?
Can we ask
A, B, or C?
follow-up questions?
I'm just reading what I
Britain,
got
France,
here.
or Mexico? I'm ruling out one.
I'm ruling out one.
I'm guessing here.
All
Wait.
right.
1812?
The War of
What,
1812.
who was A? A was,
A was Britain.
B. France. Right?
B was
Do you
France.
know?
C was Mexico.
Okay.
The audience is all shaking their head, yes.
And the answer is?
The answer is A, Britain.
Boom.
All right.
Both got
we're
it?
still-
All
All
okay.
right, we're still tied. All
I
right.
took Mexico right off the board.
I know Mexico's
Is that
like,
what you
it's
did?
not
I was
Mexico.
like-
All right. Thanks to the 22nd Amendment, presidents can only serve 2 consecutive terms. Who is the
Mhm.
only president to serve 3 consecutive terms? Was it A, Herbert Hoover, B, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or C, my favorite, Grover Cleveland? I just like the name Grover.
I know, you just like his name Grover. Because there may have been a
Only
Muppet.
president to serve 3 terms.
3 terms.
A was
Herbert Hoover,
Yeah.
B was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or C, Grover Cleveland.
I feel like one of us is going to trip up on this one.
yeah.
Yeah, what you got? The correct answer is President Roosevelt.
I didn't have it right either.
However,
Let's see.
At least
I
we're
thought
the,
FDR
we're the
and
same,
Still tied, still
same
deadlocked
level
here.
of ignorant.
We're at second grade now?
we have, yes.
All right, looking for
Who
the
knew the
equalizer
answer to
goal.
that?
Most of the audience.
Really? Yeah. Hindsight's
That's not
like-
right.
I didn't see anybody
Come on.
shouting it out
My
when.
paper cheats to there. They can read the answers.
Oh no.
All right. From whom did the U.S. buy the territory during the Louisiana Purchase? Did we buy the Louisiana Purchase from A, France, B, Mexico, or C, Russia?
I think we have the same
All
answer.
right, let's see. A, that is the correct answer.
Yeah, it's gotta
yes. I was going to give you a hint and say they also gave us the Statue of Liberty. That would have given
Well,
it away,
they all have Cajun accents.
Yeah.
That was pretty obvious.
There
All
you
right.
go. Okay. Who wrote the Star Spangled Banner? Thomas Jefferson, A, B, Betsy Ross, or C, Francis Scott Key?
That one's an easy one. We
That's
both
an
got
easy
that
one.
one
Yep, they
right,
both
too.
got
Oh,
C.
crap.
That is the correct answer.
See, that one we could have actually named it.
All right, we're speeding this up here. The
All
Civil
right,
War
hurry up.
broke out when the South seceded from the Union. Who was the president of the Confederate States of America? Was it A, Alexander Stephens, B, Jefferson Davis, or C, Robert E. Lee? Who was the president of the Confederate States of America?
Let's talk this through. It wasn't Robert E. Lee. So it was either who?
It might have been Robert E. Lee.
Alexander Stevens, Jefferson Davis,
I think it was
or
Robert
Robert
E.
E. Lee.
You do?
Jennifer Davis was a
The
girl I dated in
general?
high school.
Yeah.
She doesn't count.
Who was the first one again?
The first one was Alexander Stevens,
Second.
was Jefferson Davis, or Robert E. Lee.
I mean, I really don't know. This is horrible. Couldn't we have like 5th grade math or something?
All right.
Fifth grade math is hard now, let me tell you. It's
It
like
is?
pre-algebra.
What do you have?
I don't have anything yet. I'm
Right.
indecisive. All right, I'm gonna go with all right. Who
All
is
right.
it?
The correct answer is B, Jefferson Davis. It's
Oh,
still
you got
deadlocked.
me too.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right.
All right, this is getting to be really boring TV.
No, it's not. We got three
We
more.
good?
3 more.
All right.
Okay, we have
That's
three
good.
more. Three
It's
more.
good education.
World War
We're
II.
the same amount here.
Yeah.
We're
World War
tied.
II. That's. Oh,
Are
these
they really?
these are questions on
Okay.
the immigration test. It was pointed
They
out.
all of these.
So you all have to revoke your status.
Really?
Oh, so this is
Okay.
part of your study packet.
Yes.
There
Okay.
you go.
World War II started a nuclear arms race.
Yes.
Which was the first city to be attacked with the atomic bomb? Was it A, Hiroshima, B, Tokyo, or C, Nagasaki? The correct answer is A.
Oh,
Paul takes the
gotcha.
equalizing goal.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
All right, game's over.
No.
yeah. Yes.
Ah.
All right, here we go. When was the United States Constitution written? 1776, 1778, or 1787?
Is this a trick question?
Yeah.
It is. When was the United States Constitution written?
Okay.
1776, 1778, or 1787? A, B, or C?
Uh,
Quick. Like a bunny. Correct answer is C.
I put C, I
1787. So Paul's
Shoot.
still in the lead.
no,
All
he's
right.
not. Oh, yeah,
he
yes.
is.
I'm up by
okay.
one.
You'll
I
get a
was
point for a
changing it
wrong
to
answer.
C.
After the fact. Okay.
Yeah, because you looked at me funny, so
This
I
is
knew
the-
it was
this
It
wrong.
wasn't
This-
1776.
That was
no,
the
I knew that.
declaration. Yeah.
That was
All right.
correct.
Which American is credited with inventing the light bulb? Was it A, Thomas Edison, B, Benjamin Franklin, or C, Thomas Adams?
No, we both got that one right. too.
Yep. A, okay. So
That's it.
here's your chance to equalize.
All
It's the
right.
last question.
Otherwise, Paul's going to win one. And
Otherwise,
we
it's
just,
World
just
Cup time,
can't
so we'll end
have
it in a draw if you can get this right.
Okay.
Which is not one of the branches of the United States government? Is it A, the executive branch, B, the legislative, or C, the military? And the correct answer is C. Yep, they both got it. So
Aw,
Paul
I
takes
win.
a win.
Wins one.
Nice.
Paul wins one. You know, it's sad.
You could win the eating peanut butter pudding,
I-
eggs, and
I
I'll
can't
win
because
the
me and Trey are
geography.
both allergic to peanut butter. All right. Well,
Good stuff.
I mentioned that we have Mets tickets for everybody in the audience today. I want to tell you a little bit about some ribbon cuttings that are coming up in July. And I don't have any on my sheet for July, so I won't mention them.
There you go.
They're all over.
But you have. What else do you have in July coming up?
We don't have well, we're trying to push this auction, so I don't have anything coming
Okay.
up. So don't forget stluciechamber.org. You can click on the auction items. And I think we have a 1 week of Freedom Boat Club
Okay.
as
nice.
well on there, which you are a big fan of. I
Big fan of it.
love it. So we're
Don and
doing
Anna Gray.
that. And I want to mention that we have this show every third Monday of the month. It's free, open to the public. You can have a Jimmy John sub. We bring in some iced tea. And then, of course, we have our Business and Industry Awards coming up in September, which is the biggest award show that we have here on the Treasure Coast for local
Where's
business.
that? At the
Treasure Coast
Lexus
Lexus again.
Right.
And we have about 400 people that come out, and we're really excited about it. We have a great committee, so it should be a huge fun event. And other than that, I want to encourage everybody to go to stluciechamber.org, check out the calendar for community events, which links to all about the Treasure Coast. You can search by county, by type of event, all kinds of things. And then the Chamber's got our own calendar there. It's the Chamber calendar where you can see when you can come out to any of our shows. We're doing 4. We do 4 every month. We include food at all of them, so don't miss them because we bribe you to come. Other than that, any other
4th of
announcements?
July.
I do want to
Just
mention
come
that
on
we're
out.
getting a new set.
4th of July. Don't forget about that. Come
Yeah,
out to the
4th of
ballpark.
July, we're going to come out to the Mets. We're going to watch the fireworks. We're not going to burn anything down.
No.
And we're going to do it again on Friday. And we have a new set, if you haven't
Make sure
noticed.
Dr. Massey's happy. We won't get close to the
I know,
college
you
this year.
were pretty close to IRSC. I can't imagine Paul's phone's ringing in
Oh
the
my
middle of
gosh.
that. We have a full green screen, and we're going to do some interesting things with our set coming up in
Awesome.
future months. We're going to be sitting at a city field,
Oh, nice.
but only
Or first
or
data.
First Data. Yeah, first.
That would
first
make more
group.
sense.
Really? Okay. But I wanted to go to New York. And what else, Eric? Do I have to make any other announcements?
No, but I do. From the county wants to thank the Mets for helping us this year with our summer reading program, as you've done the last few years. You give tickets to a Mets game coming up in August, where kids who complete a reading challenge and a reading log of the library win tickets to the Mets and
Awesome.
a chance to win a free Kindle Fire. So and this year it starts
Nice.
with infants on up to teenagers. There's different programs for all ages to participate in that.
Infants reading.
Well, they do activities to
Oh, okay, I
stimulate
was
them.
gonna
You read
say.
to your infant.
I
so
know I'm behind the times, but dang.
We're pushing them early.
Yeah, we should. They need to start pulling their weight early.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, very good. Anything else? You're good?
I'm good.
All right, well, we will
Good to be
be back next month. Don't forget, third Monday, Jimmy John's Subs, right here, SLC TV, corner of 25th in Virginia. Have a great day, everybody.